Good morning, children.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning,
Morning,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, so last class we have studied
Ma'am, still some
graphical
15.
representation of
Ma'am, still
distance time
15.
graph as well as velocity time graph. So we understood when when there is a uniform speed, how will be the graph, and when there is a uniform velocity, how will be the graphical representation in three cases: where the object was at rest, where object was uniform, and where the object was non-uniform. So all those cases through graphical representation we have studied and understood. Now what happened is equations of motion. So when we have understood graphical representation for position time graph and velocity time graph, 1 minute. Yeah. So position for equation position time graph and velocity time graph. So Newton have worked on these equation, these graphical representation, and he have derived three different equations. These three different equations are derived in such a way that it is applicable in all different cases. You don't have every time have to plot a graph. Okay, if this is the acceleration given, this is the velocity given, let us plot a graph and understand how it is going to work. So what you have to do once you have these given value and this equation, it becomes more easier to understand that how to find a final velocity, how to find an initial velocity, all these cases. So just see, before seeing this equation, let's see the other slide where you are deriving. 1 minute.
Ma'am,
I'm not able to move my slide.
ma'am, 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 ma'am.
Okay. So
Ma'am,
just actually your doubt session will be the last 10 minutes. Please wait till then. Okay. So just see the first equation for velocity time relation. So what he have done, Newton have done, he have just taken the same graphical representation and derived the equation where you understand the relation between final velocity, initial velocity, acceleration and time. Please everyone see here. Yeah. So what is there? The same graph you people can see, this graph which is there on the right hand side. So if you see, it's a velocity versus time. So what is there on your y-axis? It is velocity is on your y-axis and time on your x-axis. So velocity on your y-axis, can you see here the particular object? If you consider a car, the particular car is starting from certain velocity. It's not starting from zero. When you particularly observe here, it's not starting from zero. It is uniform, but it is starting from certain point A. Okay. So what you have to say, that particular car have started from a point A. That means your initial velocity is u. Can you see there? I have just denoted my initial velocity as u. So your OA will be your initial velocity, which is denoted by u. And then after a point A, your velocity increases drastically with time t. So it goes up to point E. So your final velocity, your overall velocity will be v. So your OE will be, can you see here, your OE will be your v, or indirectly you can say your CB also is your v. If you call your OA as your initial velocity is denoted with
ma'am,
small u,
ma'am.
then you
Initial
can call your
velocity
CD also
can
as
be
initial
zero.
velocity because you have just drawn a perpendicular from point B. All of you should just see what,
Ma'am,
there's only one graph which is AB. Okay, what you have to do, he have done, he have just taken a perpendicular from point B. He have drawn a perpendicular across y-axis and he have drawn a perpendicular across your x-axis.
ma'am,
So these are parallel line. If you just call your OA as your initial velocity, even your CD is your initial velocity. And if you call your OE as your final velocity, then your BC also will be your final velocity. Okay. So
ma'am.
from your graph, you have
A might.
understood what are the notion we have taken. And definitely children just see here, x-axis is time axis. So your OC, Your OC will be your time axis. So your AD and OC are small t. If your AD is the time, even your OC also will be on your time axis. So your OC also will be t. Okay. So
Ma'am.
what you have done, you have got a graph which is uniform acceleration graph, because it's velocity versus time. It's change in velocity versus time. Change in velocity is acceleration divided by time. Okay. So you have drawn a perpendicular line BE and BC, and you just say that OA is equals to DC and OE is equals to BC. AD is equals to OC. Okay. So now we observe that you can see BC. If you just see this BC is split into two different things. BC is equals to BD plus DC. Can you see everyone? BC is equals to BD plus DC. So that means BD is nothing. BD we all keep as it is. Instead of DC, you will take OA because OA is your U. So instead of your DC, what you will take? You will take OA. So we know your whole BC is nothing but V. So V is equals to BD. We don't know. We have to find BD because that is the final velocity, plus you know your initial velocity as U. So your BD is equals to, can you see your this BD where the uniform change is there? Your BD is equals to V minus U.
Ma'am.
Okay. So your BD is equals to V minus U. Okay.
Ma'am,
This is understood up to this point is clear. I hope
Ma'am,
everyone.
ma'am, could I say
Again, I'll
something?
repeat. A perpendicular
Ma'am,
line drawn from
ma'am.
B to E and B to C. Okay.
Ma'am.
So what we have done, a perpendicular line has been drawn, and once you have drawn, you will understand that OA is your initial velocity and OE is your final velocity, which is small v. Again, if you just draw a perpendicular on this side, even your BC is equals to V. BC split into BD plus DC.
Excuse
BD
me,
you have
ma'am.
to find, and plus
Ma'am.
DC is nothing but you can take it as OA, which is using U. So BD is equals to V minus U. You have found that your particular BD in the graphical representation is equals to final velocity minus initial velocity.
Excuse me, ma'am.
So acceleration, all of us know acceleration is change in velocity divided by time. So change in velocity divided by time. So change in velocity in this particular case, A is equals to, acceleration is nothing but denoted by small a. Change in velocity is what? Your change in velocity is from U to V. So it is BD. And what is next is divided by time. What is your time? AD. So BD divided by AD can also be written as OC. Already know what is BD. You have found out BD equation. So BD is equals to V minus U divided by T. So V minus U. Can you see that equation, children? V minus U is equals to, already you have acceleration. Just cross multiply this time there. V is minus U is equals to 80. Or you can consider V is equals to U plus 80. So V is equals to U plus 80 is the Newton's first equation, where it explains that final velocity is equals to initial velocity plus acceleration into time.
Excuse me, ma'am.
This is a derivation which is given as it is. There is no change. This is the equation, first equation of motion, where you have to understand that V is equals to U plus 80. So if in some numerical case or in some condition, there is a final velocity which is given to you, there's an initial velocity which is given to you, there's acceleration given to you, they can ask you to find time. So can you see here in this final equation, there are 4 variables. Out of these 4 variables, 3 will be known and 1 you have to find. So in such case, you have to use this one, this equation. So this is Newton's first equation, where you have this 4 variables and you have to find one unknown variable in this out of this 4. So in that particular case, you have to use this equation. So this particular derivation part, you have to learn it. There is no particular part,
Could you
okay,
give us
there's some
1
different method
second?
where you have to go through this. No, you have to learn this derivation part. And these equations are important because you'll be using in further chapters to understand, to apply this Newton's equation in different cases.
Ma'am, I can't understand anything. You're going so fast.
So I
Ma'am,
think I'm
ma'am,
clear
ma'am,
with the first
Ma'am,
derivation
could you
part.
please go slower?
ma'am, could you listen? Ma'am, you could also be 0. The point U could also be 0 because O to A can be deceleration, which is negative numbers.
Yes, Shreyas.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Shreyas,
ma'am, so ma'am, point you said where the vehicle started moving.
who is this dark 3?
Can you hear me?
Dark D3
Ma'am, it's
will.
Sparsh.
Please, children, all of you make a point that you have your own name as a login ID.
Ma'am,
Okay.
ma'am, at the very beginning you had stated that point you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Sparsh,
Ma'am, AB is the like change in
Sparsh, do you have any
velocity.
doubt?
Ma'am, yes.
Okay, let us keep the doubt session, please, in the end.
Ma'am, it's about the table. You told that point u cannot be 0. But if the vehicle is coming in deceleration speed, like it's reducing speed, it will be in minus numbers and point u can be 0.
Okay, I hope I'm clear with the first graphical representation to all of you.
Yo,
Please make sure you're doing it in equation, and you can name the, like, if you're just considering, you're making sure that you're doing BC, so you can make this as first equation, you can take BD as second equation, and then you're finding out the third one. So it will be in sequence, you will understand when you're doing it in terms of equations. So I'll get back to my next part, this one. Okay, so now equation for position type. So whenever you see, all of you see children, all the time, you are not finding out final velocity, initial velocity, acceleration. All the time you're not able to find out acceleration, all those cases. At some instant you have to find distance. If I'm saying, okay, car is traveling at a velocity of this, at a final velocity, initial velocity, and acceleration is this one, please tell me the distance. So at some point, definitely you have to go with a distance equation also. So for that, Newton have derived a distance equation using the same graph. Can all of you see there the same graph? Okay. So what he have done, just that day, the first day when I have started with the distance time graphs, I have told you one equation, main important factor, that whenever you have to find distance time graph, you have to find the area under the curve. If you will remember a distance time graph, I have explained to you where you have to find the area under the curve. So what you have to do now, here it's velocity time graph, but definitely where we have to relate it to distance, that is s. Small s is terms of distance, height, and all those cases. So what you're going to do in this case, s is equals to small s, your distance is equals to area OABC. Your small s is equals to area OABC. Then that day itself I have told you, now OABC you can divide into two different factors. One is a triangle ABD, plus one is a rectangle which is AOCD. If you have to find distance, you have to consider area under the curve, which is s is equals to area OABC, which is a trapezium, and is equals to area of the rectangle plus area of the triangle. Okay, so area of rectangle plus area of the triangle. So area of rectangle, can all of you see here, OADC, which is length into breadth. So your length is OA, into your breadth is, sorry, your length is OC, into your breadth is OA. As it is there has been taken, plus area of this particular triangle, half into base into height. What is your base? AD, and your height is PD. So we know, all of you, we know what is OA. OA is the initial velocity. What is OC? OC is your time. Okay, so your initial velocity into time, just see the rectangle part. Initial velocity with time plus half. What is your AD? AD is again time. When your OC is time, when your AD is time, because both of them are parallel. So AD is time into BD. BD you have to already we have found out in the last. If you just see what is your BD here, what is your BD here? Can you see here BD? A is equals to BD by AD. So AD is T. So BD is equals to AT. Can you see here? They have
ma'am, it's
taken
very
this AT.
complicated. Ma'am, it's very, very complicated.
Okay, so your BD is equals to V minus U is equals to AT. So S is equals to UT plus half AT square. So this is the second equation of motion where Newton have found out that wherever acceleration is given, initial velocity is given, so you can find S, small s, you can find the distance, you can find the height. If I'm just saying I'm going upstairs in a 15 storage building, and from that particular 15 storage building I've dropped an object. So that dropping of an object, if I have acceleration value, if I have initial value, if I have time, I can find the height of the building without measurement. So that is why Newton have derived the second relation, which relates that distance is equals to initial velocity into time plus half into acceleration time square. So S is equals to ut plus half at square. Nothing you have to do. It's related to position, area under the curve, which curve? Trapezium, which is AOCB. AOCB are split into two different criterias, AOCD plus ABD. AOCD is nothing but it's a rectangle, so area of rectangle is length into breadth, and ADB is area of triangle, which is half into base into height. Substituting the value of BD from previous equation, which is nothing but V minus U is equals to 80. And then you come to a final conclusion, or the equation of motion, which expresses or explains in terms of distance or height, which is given by small s, is equals to ut plus half at square. So children, up till now, everyone, we have derived two different equations using graphical representation or the same graph. The first equation says B is equals to U plus AT. This is applicable in all cases where you have given B, U and A and T. And the second equation is expressed S is equals to UT plus half AT square. There's a last equation remaining in the three equations of motion. So we have done an equation which relates to initial final velocity. We have done an equation which relates to distance and time. Now, every time, all the cases, you will not have time as a given value. Okay, you may have a cases where you have acceleration, where you have displacement, you have initial velocity or final velocity, but there is no time factor over that particular case. So how are you going to find the equation? This is the third even final equation, which says that equation of position velocity relation. So equation of position velocity relation Abhiraj? Yes? Louder? I can't hear you. Can you type in the chat session? Otherwise, I'm not able to hear you.
Ma'am,
Sparsh?
ma'am, can you please?
Sparsh,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
do you have any doubt?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, could you go to the first equation?
Ma'am, there's no chat.
Okay, so let me get back to the third equation. So this is relation between position velocity relation. So again, same graph you have considered. And you are saying a body is moving, a body moving with uniform acceleration and travel a distance s in time s. So what you're going to do, distance traveled by the body between point A and B is the area OA BC. Okay, so now again you're finding the area, but not finding the area under the curve. You're finding the area. S is equals to area of trapezium. Area of trapezium is nothing but what you're doing, OA plus BC Okay, so both side, addition of both the sides into base divided by 2. Into base divided by 2. So what you're doing directly, you're considering area of trapezium. Substituting, what is your OA here? OA is equals to U. Your BC is equals to V. Your OC is equals to T. So what you're going to get final equation? S is equals to U plus V into T by 2. Okay. So from velocity time graph, already you have got that equation, right, where you have found BD. So T is equals to V minus U by A. Acceleration equation from the first graphical representation. So we have found this S is equals to U plus V into T by 2. Okay. So from velocity time relation, you have already found this. If you just remember this equation in your first equation of motion. See here. If you just see this one. I'm speaking about this equation. You have just taken T this side. T is equals to V minus U by A. Just interchange the values. Okay. So T is equals to V minus U by A. Why you have taken this T? Because you have to substitute it here. You don't want any T value remaining now. And all of you know area of trapezium is A. Area of trapezium is equals to A plus B into H divided by 2. If you all remember area of trapezium. Distance of both the side into height divided by 2. So that is why OA. OA is one distance at one side. BC is the other distance on other side. OC is your particular height of the trapezium divided by 2. Okay. So again, same equation, S is equals to U plus V. Now substituting the value of small t, that is V minus U divided by A. And already you have one more. You already have 2 here. Can you see here in equation you have already 2. Okay. So S is equals to V plus U into V minus U divided by 2. So A plus B into A minus B is A square minus B square. So similarly, if you just take this 2A on the other side, on the left hand side by cross multiplication, 2AS is equals to V square minus U square. 2AS is equals to V square minus U square is the final equation of motion derived by Newton. So in this particular case, you will be just substituting the area of trapezium because you are working with equation related to position, velocity. Okay. So in this particular case, area of trapezium is nothing but A plus B into H by 2, which is OA plus BC into OC divided by 2. Substituting all the values, S is equals to U plus V into T divided by 2. Then again from a velocity time relation, you're finding the T answer. Small t is equals to V minus U by A. S is equals to V plus U into V minus U divided by 2A. So 2AS is equals to V square minus U square. So out of these same graphical, we have derived 3 equation, or we have understood 3 equation today. That is, first is V is equals to U plus AT. S is equals to UT plus half AT square. And 2AS is equals to V square minus U square. Now these 3 equations are there in front of you, but you have to decide after understanding or reading a question, or after understanding what all given values are given in a particular question, that which equation to use. If you have initial, final velocity, acceleration, displacement, you can use this equation. If anything related to time is given, you can use this relation. Anything related to initial, final velocity and time is given, you can use this equation. So I hope I'm clear up to this third equation part. What I will take, I'll just take a numerical based on it so that you can understand it better. Children, just see that question number 5. Okay. If it is little blur, I'm not sure, I'll just read out the question for you. A motorboat starting from rest. Just see the question. A motorboat starting from rest. object is starting from rest, that means its initial velocity will be 0. Okay, if such cases are given, they are giving you an indirect hint. You have to understand a motorboat starting from rest, which explains you that the object is starting from rest, so the initial velocity will be 0. That means your small u will be considered as 0. Okay, and accelerates in a straight line at a constant rate of 3 meter per second square for 8 seconds. So your acceleration, your small a is equals to 3 meter per second square, and your time t is equals to 8 seconds. Okay, so what you have understood from the first statement given to you is that motorboat is starting from rest. That explains you the object is at rest where small u is equals to 0. Your acceleration is 3 meter per second square. That is your small a. And how many time, the time limit is given as 8 seconds. So t is equals to 8 seconds. Now you have t, now you have a, now you have u is equals to 0. Just see the second statement in the question. It is written, how far does the boat travel during this time? How far does the boat travel during this time? That means we are asking you to find s. S in the sense you have to find the distance. So how far does the boat travel during this time is you have to find small s. Now for s there are two different equations you have found out. One is this, 2s is equals to v square minus u square, and s is equals to ut plus half at square. Now how will you decide that which particular equation you have to use? Again, get back to question. Just see the given value. You have u, you have a, you have time. So there is only one equation in S where you have u, you have a, and you have time. So S is equals to what? Which equation? I'm using the second equation which I have found. S is equals to ut plus half at square. And there you have to mention according to the equation, second equation of motion, S is equals to ut plus half at square. Your u is 0. So your u into time will come as, the first component will come as 0. Plus half, a is 3. So half into 3 into 8 square, 64, right? So that comes as 96 meters. So your displacement in this particular case, or your distance, will be 96 meter. So depending on the given values, depending on what you have to find, you have to understand which equation to choose and why to choose. So I hope I'm clear with this particular point also. Any doubts, please, up to this one numerical which I have considered and this particular graphical representation, please clarify. Any doubts? Anyone, any doubts, please clarify.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Hello, ma'am?
All of you are all clear with the all three derivation
No,
part,
ma'am,
equations
Ma'am,
part,
I
and
have a
one
doubt.
numerical?
I have a doubt. Sorry.
Shreyas,
Ma'am, I was trying
are
to
you
say.
there?
Yeah, ma'am. Can you hear me?
This is the third time you are raised your hand, and but you are not responding to
Ma'am,
anything.
my hand has been raised from the beginning, ma'am. Ma'am, you're
Sujan,
muting me
yeah.
again and again.
Sujan? Yes, please.
Ma'am, can you hear me now?
Sujan, I have unmuted you. Please respond.
Yeah, ma'am, can you hear me now? Hello? Ma'am?
Ma'am, are you there?
Ayan? Ayan?
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan? Yes,
Yes,
please.
ma'am. Ma'am, I'm unmuted only.
Listen, are you all there?
Ma'am, we are there,
When I
but you
have
can't
told you
hear
last
us.
10 minutes is a doubt session, are you people there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
we are the.
You
You
people are
can't just
raising your
hear
hands
us.
for doubt
Yes,
session.
We are,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
you
Not
can't hear
responding.
us.
Are you people there for the
Ma'am, you
class?
can't hear us.
Ma'am.
We all are there.
Sorry. Shreyas has been complaining since the starting, ma'am.
Tell her in chat.
Okay.
Can't hear you.
It's fine, that's it on. I'm just trying to scream so she can hear.
Wait, those three equations which
You
ma'am
have
showed, she
chat.
was showing how she derived them, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Excuse me,
What the
ma'am.
hell?
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Hey, ma'am can't
Okay,
hear you,
so one
darling.
more case. I will just take this one. This is related to speed numerical, which is there in your exercise question also. Just if you can see all of you there. Abdul, while driving to school, computes the average speed of his trip to be 20 km per hour on a trip written along the same route. So first case is given to you as average speed. All of you just can see there. The first case and condition given to you is average speed when Abdul was driving to school. Okay. So while driving to school, average speed is equals to what is your formula? Average speed is equals to total distance by total time taken. So total distance should be your D, total time should be your T. So here there are different cases. That is why the first condition is taken as T1. So average speed is equals to 20 is equals to distance by time T1. So T1 is equals to D by 20 because you have only one factor here present. You have two variables which are unknown to you. So T is equals to D by 20. Okay. So you have again second case while returning from school. So when he was returning the trip along the same route, there was a less traffic. Can you see there in the question it's written? There was a less traffic and average speed is 40 km per hour. So now the same equation you have derived, but what happens in this particular case? What is saying that there was a less traffic so he could drive fast. So that is why your T2, the T2 he have found is D by 40. So average speed of Abdul trip, the whole trip is equals to total distance of the trip, which is distance up and distance down. So D plus D, which is gives you 2D. And total time taken is equals to time taken to go to school and time taken to return from the school. So that is T1 plus T2. So average speed is equals to 2D divided by T1 plus T2. So already 2D divided by T1 is what? T1 you have found out here, D by 20, and T2 is equals to D by 40. So which gives you an average speed of 26.6667 meter per second. Hence your average speed of Abdul trip is 26.67. So it should not be in meter per second, it should be indefinitely in kilometer per hour because the whole value is given in terms of kilometer per hour.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, I got the
This
answer
particular
as
question
24
here,
kilometers per
if you
hour.
just understand there is only in this particular question, there is only one variable which is known to you. You have two unknown variables. You don't know the distance, you don't know the time. Okay, so that is why you have, when you have two such unknown variables, you have to derive in such a way and take the expressions in terms of variables and then find the average speed. So such questions, it will be difficult. That is why they have to consider in terms of equation, then added the total distance, added the total time. Then average speed formula is 2D. Here 2D because up and down, two distances they have traveled and divided by the variation of time. That is T1 plus T2. Hence the average speed of Abdul trip is 26.67 meter per second. I hope
Ma'am, this is for what
particular
equation?
as well.
Ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Man, you there?
So he can't hear us.
Sanjana,
Don't bother.
Ma'am, are you able to hear me?
1 minute. Sanjana,
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Are you able to hear me?
are you there? You have raised your hand.
Yes,
Sanjana.
ma'am, I'm here. Ma'am, I don't think you're able to hear us.
Ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Sanjana, you think she can hear you say that?
Why don't any of you go message her in the chats?
There is no chat.
There's no chat option. She's not able to hear us.
How come
You
there's
can
no...
chat if you have a mail ID.
Or just put a message in the group.
Somebody has a mail ID.
Okay.
We can't hear any of her.
This is a shared mail, bro. Any participants left also.
Okay, so just see this particular question.
Oh,
If possible, I'm able to
no.
complete, I will complete. If not,
I was like
just
freaking
try
so
doing
many
this.
doubts
It's
by
the
now.
question number 6 from your textbook also. Same how we are doing area under the curve kind of question. Okay, so a driver of
Ma'am, can you hear us?
a car traveling at 52 km per hour
Ma'am, can you hear
applies
us?
the
God.
brakes
She can't.
and accelerates
she can't.
uniformly in opposite direction. Okay, so a driver of car traveling at 52 km per hour applies the brakes and accelerates uniformly in the opposite direction. So after applying brakes, what is happening to that particular driver? It accelerates uniformly in opposite direction. Okay, so the stop cars in 5 seconds. After applying the brakes, what will happen? The car will stop. The particular car is stopping after 5 seconds. Okay, so initial speed of the car is 52 km per hour. So 52 km per hour, you have to convert it into meter per second. So to convert 52 km per hour into meter per second, there's a simple thing you have to do. You have to multiply it by 5 by 18. Children, please make a note of this particular point. The same question I'll repeat in the next section also. Whenever you have converting kilometer per hour into meter per second, please multiply the given value into 5 by 18. And whenever you're converting from meter per second to kilometer per hour, you have to multiply by 18 by 5. All of you, please make a note of this point. And whenever you're converting a value from kilometer per hour to meter per second, you have to multiply that particular value into 5 by 18.
Ma'am.
Okay, and whenever you're doing it from meter per second to whenever somebody is given you meter per second value and you have to convert it into kilometer per hour, in that particular case you have to multiply it by 18 by 5. Okay, so now that is why, can you see the first value? It's nothing but 14.4 meter per second. Initial speed of car is coming as 14.4 meter per second. So how much was the time taken to after applying the brakes? Can you see? The brakes is being applied and time taken is 5 seconds. Okay.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
So the final speed of the car becomes 0. After applying brakes, what will happen? The particular car will stop. When you're applying the brake, the particular car will stop and the speed of the car becomes 0 after applying the brakes. Okay, now we'll see the second case. Another driver going at 3 km per hour in another car applies his brakes slowly and stops in 10 seconds. That means the same case but in a different way. There's another driver who is already driving at 3 km per hour in another car and he applies the brakes slowly and that particular car stops in 10 seconds. Again, you have 3 km per hour. What you're doing, just see, observe. 3 into 5 by 18 gives you 0.83 meter per second. Time taken to stop the car is 10 seconds.
If she can't hear
final
us,
speed of the car becomes 0 after applying the so there were two different cases you have observed when you
Yo,
have
Dee, mute yourself.
so what you have to do now, you have to understand on the same graph. Here itself the question what they want is being demanded.
can you hear me?
On the same graph paper, plot the speed versus time graph of the two cars. You have to plot it. Which of the two cars travel farther after the brakes were applied? So through graph, you have to explain it to them that which of the car will travel farthest after applying the brakes. So just see the case here I have taken. Okay, so distance covered by each car is equals to area under the curve. Definitely we know. So just see, first case, the speed was in meter per second was 14.14. So can all of you see here on y-axis the speed is taken as 14.14 and time was, how much time was there for first car? 5 seconds. If you just consider second car, the speed was somewhere from speed is 0.83 and time is 10 seconds. Okay, can you see here 0.83 somewhere in the below 1 they have taken and your time is 10 seconds. So they have drawn the second graph also. So two cars, this thing has been drawn. Now S is equals to, S is area under the curve. So first S is equals to half into base. What is your base? OR into your height OP. Your OR is 14 point. OR is 5 seconds and OP is 14.4. So half into base into height gives you 36 meter for the case of first car. So it's a triangle, children. Both the cases are triangles. So you have to take half into base into height. So in this particular case, half into base into height. Now just see car B. Car B, half, what is half into base? What is your base? OQ. OQ is 10. And what is your height is 0.83. So 4.15 meters. So area of the first one is greater than what is the area of second case. So distance covered in case 1 is greater than the distance covered in B. Because the first car after applying brake 5 seconds, it moves from 36 meters. That is what it is given here. The car traveling with a speed of 52 km per hour travels farther. Definitely because it's already traveling in 52 kilometers. And second car was already traveling in 3 kilometers per hour. That is why you have to express that particular question through graphical representation. Rishabh, Ravindran, do you have any doubt?
Can you hear?
Ma'am, can you hear us?
Mom, can you listen to us?
No, she can't.
Mom, are you there? She's not responding, so she can't listen now.
Any doubts, please clarify. Shreyas, you're
We
not
have
responding.
many doubts,
Ayan, you're
but
not
she can't hear
responding.
us.
Man, we are responding. There's something really wrong.
So this is for
Your
today's. We have just
You
derived
just
or
everyone raise
understood.
hand. She may understand.
Somebody write on the screen.
we can't do it.
Sujan, do you have any doubt again?
Yes,
Yeah, I
ma'am.
think annotating on the screen will help. Like write the question down. Like only one of you.
Someone
What do you
Just
find?
write that
So
we can't
We
hear
can't
you.
do
this
it.
is the three
You can
equations
ask
we
the
have
remote
derived.
control.
And next class
Why
session,
not?
I'll be
I am asking. She's not
She turned it
responding.
off.
next session. I'll be taking the same three equations with different numericals to understand where and how to use it. So that's all for today's session.
Wow.
Thank you all.
Wow.
Thank you, ma'am, if you can
Second
hear us.
Psych.
Google.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Nice
ma'am,
session,
if you
ma'am.
can hear us.
Can't even hear
Thank you, ma'am.
that.